Mike McCarthy. We were talking about it in the car. Mike McCarthy, if you miss out on Ben Johnson, he is the best coach available, I think. And even with Ben Johnson, I feel like that's more of a risk. We want the Bears to take those risks because offensively, 3 seasons with top 5 offense, probably the most qualified offense coordinator to be a head coach since Kyle Shanahan. But Mike McCarthy, 61 years old, developed Aaron Rodgers, is really good with developing young quarterbacks, won a Super Bowl, 12 playoff appearances in 18 seasons, 11 seasons with 10-plus wins. He had 3 straight seasons where the Dallas Cowboys won 12 games before this last year, and Dak Prescott was out. They still finished the year strong.
That's when the NFC East was shit, though.
Yeah, true. But he's had an offense in top 10 in scoring 11 times, a quarterback in top 10, a quarterback with the top 10 passer rating 12 times. Dak had his best year with Mike McCarthy, 4,300 yards. He was an MVP candidate that season. And 8 division titles, 11-11 in the playoffs. He has, more division titles, better playoff record. Other categories, he's better than Mike Tomlin and Sean Payton. So this is a guy that the Bears wanted to interview him too, and the Cowboys denied the request. But it's like just to fire him, it didn't make sense. But this is a name that I think is gonna at the very least be a finalist for the Bears job. I wouldn't be surprised about that, but I think this is a good candidate if we don't get Ben Johnson.
Hey, you sold me on it. I don't disagree, especially with the head coaching experience that he does bring to the table. Offensive mind still. His offenses have performed well, but what do you make of the postseason debacles outside of the one Super Bowl that they had?
Yeah.
Since then, they've been consistently one of the favorites, especially in Green Bay, under his leadership, where they just flopped.
Yeah,
and you look at what they did in Dallas when they were winning those 13 games 3 years in a row. It wasn't just a Dak issue. They were getting physically outmanned in the
Packers game. They got blown out. And I think with the Cowboys, I think it was a lot more like we talked about this too in the car. It's like. No matter who the coach is, the playoff success is just going to follow them, Right. Them just having those, blow-ups and just coming up short in the playoffs. Because before with Jason Garrett, they were coming up short. I just think Mike McCarthy, though, do you think a different quarterback with him, he would benefit from a fresh start in a new situation? Because that's probably why the contract has stalled. He wants to see what's better out there for him, what he can do. I think with Caleb Williams, a guy that's shown up big in the close games, has shown you he can play well in the fourth quarter, that has a high ceiling, could be like Patrick Mahomes. I mean, who knows? The opportunity's endless. I just think with Mike McCarthy, he's a safe hire. People have said this too, that he's the safe hire.
I agree.
He's a for sure thing. You're going to be able to win football games with Mike McCarthy.
Especially with dealing with the media circus that is Dallas Cowboys.
It's just a lot that comes with that job, but
our shit is no different, though.
Yeah.
It's going to get loud. Our fans are going to let you know
what
time it is.
Yeah. I just think this would be a really interesting – this would be a hire that I would, love later on, but in the beginning, we're at the point where we're Ben Johnson or bust. But I would want him to get an extension done with, Keenan Allen. I would want him to stay with the Chicago Bears for maybe 2 or 3 more years because he's coming off his best season last year with the Chargers.